rolling.
And it is your boy Charles. What up, everyone? Hope you're having a good evening.
Yes, sir. We hope you are having a good evening. Welcome back to Business Talks and Anime Walks live streams, where we talk about anything business and anime and much, much more. Yep. If you guys stay engaged, which we hope that you are. Welcome back once again. We got a big day for you. We got the business talk aspect, Charles. Do you have anything specific you want to say before we get into it?
I thank y'all all coming back to our hectic schedule. I know we were Tuesday and Wednesday, but now we are Monday and Wednesday. So for those that will be joining the live stream, for those that are in the live stream, we thank you. We have a slew of things that we want to talk about today. I'm with the program, Cole.
Yes, sir. So before we get into it, guys, just want to give a quick update. So Monday and Wednesday, once again, just like how Charles said, Monday and Wednesday will be the schedule moving forward. Both your boys, well, he currently is going to get his second master's degree, and I will be starting my master's program come January, and that'll be hopefully when I talk to my advisor, that'll be Tuesday and Thursday as well. So just expect Monday, Wednesday. Might hop on Sunday if we're feeling good, or just any day that is needed, especially if you guys, once again, start to get engaged, start to like the content from your boys, and obviously put them subs, hit them subs for your boys. Let us know that y'all really enjoy the content and want to see more of us, and we will definitely deliver, because this Business Talks Anime Walks, man. We gonna deliver when y'all want the content. But without further ado, Charles, I mean, you can definitely start us off with the first subject, and then we'll just go from there.
Well, just one more thing. So
for sure,
I know we always talk about our Tuesdays and Thursdays, but there might be some independent days. We'll let y'all know, because there might be a Thursday where Colin might wants to hop on a live.
for sure.
Maybe 20-30 minutes. Talk. There might be a Saturday or Sunday I might want to hop on here. Talk something, maybe even possibly, just use the platform to, the best of our abilities, but just be, where maybe some possible independent days as well. But without further ado, the first thing that we want to do is, go look up, see what's happening in the market, events in the world today. See what's really popping. Us two guys just trying to make our own way. I'll tell you what, I try to keep up with the world's news and everything that's going on, but it does get very hard when you have a 9 to 5.
That is true, guys. So we have, Charles, if you can put the video up on my screen. Give me 2 seconds. Guys, we're just going to do a reaction, guys, to just some news.
You got to share the video.
Yeah, sharing it right now, guys. So it's a 1 minute and 49-second long clip, guys. We're just gonna give our reaction once again, and drop it in the comment section what you guys think. Once again, we are apolitical on all topics. We are not going to get into politics here, but politics do affect markets and businesses. So we will just give news to y'all on news that is happening around the world if you did not hear about it already. All right, you ready, Charles?
Mm-hmm.
All right, here we go, guys.
The US has made a trade breakthrough with South Korea. That was the word from President Donald Trump on Wednesday. Trump said the two countries had reached a deal and had pretty much finalized it. His comments came at a dinner hosted by South Korean President Lee Jae-myung after a lavish welcome and gift-giving as Trump was awarded the country's highest decoration.
I'd like to wear it right now.
The Allies unveiled a deal in late July under which Seoul would avoid the worst of US tariffs on its imports. That was by agreeing to pump $350 billion of new investments into the US in return for lower tariff rates. But talks over the structure of those investments had been deadlocked. President Lee's aides said he and Trump agreed Seoul can split its promised investment fund into $200 billion in cash, and those can be paid in installments of $20 billion. The other $150 billion is to be spent on investments in shipbuilding, which South Korea has promised to help Trump restore. Trump's comments sent the South Korean won up against the dollar. Investors hope an agreement will remove uncertainty for the Asian country's trade-reliant economy. Without a deal, South Korean makers of cars and steel must pay US tariffs of 25% rather than the 15% agreed in July. It puts the country at a disadvantage against Japanese competitors who pay 15% after Tokyo made a deal with the US. Trump also sounded optimistic about an upcoming summit with China's Xi Jinping. He said they will have a very good outcome for the US and the world. He added he expects to reduce US tariffs on imports of Chinese goods. That in exchange for a commitment from Beijing to cut exports of fentanyl precursor chemicals.
All right, guys. So that's just a video. Charles, do you have anything to say before I say something?
Yeah, I'm very don't want to get onto the political side about this and everything like that, but it does seem like, he's doing something for the economy.
Right. We're trying to, at least.
Yeah.
Now I would say the same thing. Me being in the Air Force, having military backing as of recent, I would say once again we're keeping our political side out of it. But just from hearing a 350 billion investment from South Korea to lower tariffs on their end sounds good. I don't know what exactly it's going for. And what the 300, I don't know why I keep saying dollar, 350 billion investment from them is going towards, but hopefully is going towards the American people to improve the quality of our lives. And I also heard them saying that I think 150 billion of that, or a few billion, I'm not sure what they said, but they said that it will be going to our military to help with shipbuilding again, because we do in the military, I do know that we do have old ships. That was actually spoken to me. So we do need more ships built here, and we need better ones. So having some money go towards our militaries is, I think, always a good thing in order to protect our land.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely want to be on that side. Definitely for protecting our land, because you never know when we're gonna need it. To be honest.
Yeah, it's a scary world. It is a scary world out here, guys. You never know what's going on, and the only thing that you can do is just try to be the best human being possible to spread love on your end. So, but that was just a quick update for just trade talks. They also mentioned something about China with trade talks as well. Hoping to come to an agreement with, I think they said fentanyl, or just trade talks in general.
Lowering, I think they said, was the fentanyl. Like the substances or something like that. I don't know, but whatever it is, I hope it's positive for the United States. That's all you can say.
Facts. I hope it's just beneficial for the United States, and we're not giving too much, because I definitely think America has given a lot, and definitely has done a lot of. I'm not saying America has a clean slate. America definitely doesn't have a clean slate, but America has definitely done a lot for others as well, just like it hasn't done a lot for others as well. So hopefully it's beneficial for everyone. So that's all I got to say on that, Charles. Guys,
Yes,
definitely drop it in the comment section what you think. What's your opinions on the trade talks? Do you like it? Do you not like it? Do you want to? What is there something that you would like to see? For America, just spam America if you're in America. Spam whatever country you're in as well, guys. We welcome everybody. So just put any concerns or any comments in the chat. We want to talk to y'all for sure.
Right. All right. Now the next thing we wanted to talk about with next Tuesday coming up.
Oh yeah, election day.
Early election is going on right now. Heated race.
That is facts. So let's just So I will turn on another video, guys. It's just going to be reactions for the most part. So I actually have. Let's see. I don't want to just give y'all just BS. I want y'all to actually voting surgeon. I actually want y'all to learn something or just enjoy something, you know. So there's a 3-minute video. It says early voting surges in New Jersey as candidates for governor rally for support. So guys, let's just listen. We're in New Jersey in America, of course. So if you're not from Jersey, you know, you might not care about it, but you know, it pertains to us. So that's why we're just adding it for a topic, because once again, politics do have a play to do in the market and business in general. So here we go.
Race for New Jersey governor, a closely watched contest across the country because it is considered a political bellwether.
Busy day on the campaign trail for Democrat Mikey Sherrill and Republican Jack Ciattarelli with just 6 days until the election. Meanwhile, nearly 250,000 New Jerseyans have voted early, which already surpasses the 9-day early voting period in the last governor's race.
New Jersey reporter Anthony Johnson is live in Elizabeth this afternoon with the very latest. Anthony.
Yeah, can you believe it? Only 6 days left in this campaign. Hopefully, by this time next week, we will know who will be the next governor of the state of New Jersey. As already said, very busy day on the campaign trail, and both candidates are trying to get out the vote. It was another busy afternoon on the campaign trail for Democratic candidate Mikey Sherrill.
We've got to fight.
You got something to say?
Nah, I was just repeating what she said.
Yeah, I think she said "Donde está aquí" or something like that. Yeah, trying to be relatable.
Today, talking at a senior center to a mostly Hispanic population.
New Jersey is azul.
Oh my God. No, Colin, I'm saying this because, man, I'm getting why. I'll talk about this later. No, you can continue with the video.
Nah, you don't do the chat like that. Come on, say with your chest, man.
So my job, I have a couple kids, and they just keep going around saying "Azul," and I'm like, "What? Why do you keep saying that?"
Oh, and you think it's because of this?
Yes.
Well, how would the kids even know about it, though?
I don't know, but they keep walking and saying "Azul." I'm like, why? I'm like, okay, I know the word for blue.
Yeah.
So,
I guess maybe they're hearing it from the parents or something. Because I know when I was 15, 16, I was not listening to no news network.
Yeah.
So maybe they're hearing it from the parents or friends have heard it and they're hearing it from the friends. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that was cringe. I'm not gonna lie. What she just did was cringe, but she's trying to pull a certain population that she cannot speak to together. So
yeah, I think you should just be authentic, though.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, let's see what else she got to say.
Sherrill is busy trying to get supporters to the polls next Tuesday.
So much. I'm going to mark down 2 more votes. I love it.
But in this crowd, many people say they've taken advantage of early voting and encourage others to do the same.
To vote your heart, to vote your mind, to vote your soul, to vote what you feel, not what someone is telling you.
The seniors seem happy the campaign spotlight focused on them.
You don't come in, say a few words, and wave your hand, vote for me, and walk out the door. No, that didn't happen today.
But they have an issue that is front and center for the state's elderly population.
We don't have no homes. I'm myself looking for an apartment with low rent. I can find.
We need more housing for the seniors. They're only doing luxury apartments.
Sherrill has been criticized for running a low-energy campaign, but she believes things are picking up.
I think we're seeing some really great news in the vote by mails and the early voting as well. Certainly, the trend is much better than 21, and we'll keep pushing forward to get every vote in.
Meanwhile, GOP candidate Jack Ciattarelli was on a podcast with a conservative talk show about Mikey Sherrill and her attacks, which he says are clearly not resonating with voters.
Her entire campaign is based on a stack of lies about me, her disdain for the president, and she can fly a helicopter. None of which is going to fix New Jersey.
Yeah, Jack Ciattarelli is going to be doing a big campaign rally at 7 p.m. this evening down in Old Bridge. Now, we talked about the number of people already going to the polls or casting ballots by early mail. We understand that number is already nearly 13% of the voters here in the state of New Jersey. Once again, Election Day, next Tuesday. That is the latest live from Elizabeth. Anthony Johnson, Channel 7 Eyewitness.
All right, guys, that is that video. Do you have any comments dropping in the chat? But Charles, what's your thought going around? Because this pertains to us, we're Jersey boys.
The only thing I will say, with not trying to influence anyone that might be from New Jersey to go vote, is to do your research, weigh your options, and please, your own right as a human, please exert it and go vote. You might not think it counts, but it is your right to do that.
Yep.
So please go out and vote. Feel like you can make a difference.
Yep. Have you voted yet?
No, I will be this Friday.
Oh, so 2 days from now.
Yeah, I have. The place is right around the corner from me.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go down to mom and dad's. I usually do that.
You're not registered in your.
Nah, I always keep it down. I always keep it down there.
All right, that makes sense.
I just keep it down there. I could do it in. I don't want to rep. I'll rep where I'm at right now, but I don't want to fully commit to.
I get what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So yeah. But like he said, without swaying anybody on their views, because we're not here for that. Like my brother said, it is a right. It's a right that a lot of people and certain people had to fight for. So especially go vote. It is a right. Exercise your vote matters more in your state, in your county, right, in your city, more than it definitely does for the whole United States, because it gets boiled down for the United States by electoral colleges. That is determined by different factors, guys. You definitely have a bigger influence on where you live. All right, so definitely go exercise your vote, guys. That's all I got to say on that. But definitely drop it in the comment section if you do have anything to say, and say what's up to your boys as well. Bitten Talks Anime Walks. This is what we here for, baby.
Yes, sir.
Well, what's the next thing, my boy?
The next thing we're going to talk about, what is the new real estate news happening this week?
Alrighty. So, guys, I really didn't do a whole lot. I'm keeping it simple just because AI gives a whole overview with what's being posted, right? So I'm just going off of what AI's accumulated from the recent post from Google and from certain websites, and then we're just taking it from there. So we're just going to go from what we see. Okay, so let's read it together. In a pivotal day for the real estate market, news on October 29th, 2025 reveals falling mortgage rates and growing inventory are creating favorable conditions for home buyers. The Federal Reserve cut its benchmark rate for the second time in 2 months. Signaling a new easing cycle that has brought the average 30-year fixed mortgage rate to its lowest point in over a year. However, anxiety over the job market and persistent affordability issues caused September's pending home sales to unexpectedly stall. So before we even get into some of the points, Charles, what do you have to say on just the starting summary?
Can you, because the mortgage rates are dropping, can you zoom that in for me? Is there any way to enlarge that? Your screen?
Like that?
Yes. Because cut all benchmark rates is second time in 2 months, signaling a news cycle that brought to its lowest point over the year. So let me say this, as a young man myself, trying to buy a home. This is great, but what it was followed up with is
Facts.
exactly the issue.
Exactly the
Anxiety
issue.
over the job market and persistent affordability issues.
Yep. So it's like they said, the rates are good, right? And the cuts to the Federal Reserve are good, right? And hearing that it's being done multiple times within a couple months, right? And lowering the fixed mortgage rates on 30-year mortgages than what we've seen, that's good. But the job market is definitely a concern for a lot of young people like ourselves that are in their 20s and 30s. Definitely. I'm struggling with that as well, with affordability. It's hard for the average American. We're average dudes, guys. We're ordinary dudes, right? Talking this stuff. This is definitely an issue, yo.
Yeah.
And we'll get into another topic very soon on why the job market is something, and why the job market is hitting a scary point too. But let's read the rest of it. So mortgage rates dipped to lowest in over a year. Rate cut announced. Following a cut in September, the Federal Reserve lowered its benchmark overnight interest rate by another 25 basis points to a range of 3.75 to 4%. Guys, that is a good cut. Personally, especially if you know how it was in 2020, 2021, when it was like 6 to 8%, even higher, guys. 3 to 4% is heaven sent compared to what we've been dealing with.
Yep.
Because me and Charles have been studying this stuff for a few years now, just trying to learn more about the real estate market, and we've seen some atrocious numbers for rates. 3 to 4% is a blessing for anybody who's really interested and in a more ready position to buy. So, excuse me. Rate drop timeline. This has driven the average 30-year fixed mortgage rate down to 6.18%, the lowest point since early 2024 when rates were above 7%. The drop since January is saving buyers hundreds of dollars per month on payments.
Wish I would have known about this. But
Why
this
you say
is
that?
the thing about the real estate market. You don't know when it's going to go up or go down. It's the most volatile thing you can ever imagine.
Mm-hmm. Yep, it's just like a whole lot. It's like stocks, man. I mean, real estate market is kind of a little bit more stagnant, but it can. But like we're seeing right now from just our personal study time, Charles. Like this stuff can really change within half a year, a couple of months, a year. Things can really change.
Yeah.
Then we have. Let's go. Let's do this. Refinance activity increases. The lower rates are spurring a wave of refinancing, which have accounted for more than half of all mortgage activity in 6 consecutive weeks. So, do you want to break down what refinancing is?
So essentially, to me, what refinancing is just that. So say you were in, I'm assuming like a certain rate. No, what I'm trying to say is you were probably like within like a certain rate. And
I put you on the spot, motherfucker.
Yeah, I know, which is crazy. But this is what my thinking is. Refinancing is. Why are you laughing so hard? Damn.
Because I saw your response to it. Oh, shit.
So what I'm trying to say is when you're refinancing, if you're stuck like in a rate or whatever, you could tell me after this, is then basically maybe like coming to like an agreement where like possibly like maybe stretching over payments or something like that, or maybe getting lower payments over longer periods or something like that. You tell me.
So when you refinance, that means you pulling money out.
Yes.
Because remember what mom and dad did? They refinanced to try to make the second floor. So they pulled some of their equity out their home.
That's what I'm essentially trying to say, but I'm just sputtering around it.
Okay, so that's okay. I got you. So yeah, guys. I know we're making joke of it, but basically we're on the same line, right? So basically, to refinance, you're taking what the equity that has been built in the home that you've already been living in, right? So let's say you've been living in your home for 10, 15 years, and you see an increase and you bought it for $300,000, but you lived in it for a decade or 15 years, and now it's $400,000 or $420,000, and you pull out that $120,000 to now make improvements to your property, or to now use that money to go buy another property. So that's what it's saying by refinance activity increases. They're seeing more homeowners pull their home equity line of credit out their property to now do something else with it, whether that's do upgrades to their home or maybe possibly go buy another one. Let's see. And Outlook, don't even know what the hell that is. Outlook, I'm thinking of the desktop app. While rates are not expected to return to the ultra low levels seen during the pandemic, analysts predict they will remain in the 6 to 7% range through 2026. So basically, from what I just read from that one, is we're not going back to the 2019, 2018 era of housing, everybody, for these rates. That was definitely a sweeter time. And here's the thing, if isn't it crazy, Charles? Like, when we are the adults, shit wants to get super expensive.
Yeah, essentially because they told us and pushed college. Then, when we went to college, we got more debt and everything, and the economy changed. And then the generation before us that pushed college onto us is essentially trying to rewrite what they said and tell us this is how we should operate in this economy.
Yeah, and you know what's crazy? And we've already talked about this, but isn't it? I always think about the what ifs, even though I shouldn't. I always do, because of the situation that this economy is in, and we're trying to escape out of the rat race. But while being in it, I always think, like, dang, what if 10 years ago you would be 30, or you would be 23, and I would be 19, and what if us as brothers was just like, you know what? Screw it. We're going to go to ACCC. We're going to work full time, and we're going to save up 10 to 20K together and go buy a property in freaking 2015, 2016, or 2017.
It would have been sweet if we would have known what we know now.
It would have been sweet, man. Like, you could do all that, but then it's like, hey, we got to work, we got to save, we got to invest before, like, what I'm saying? It's obviously just like what ifs, so we can't dwell on it. But, guys, it's just, you have to work with the market that you're given, and you have to act fast with it, because things can change, and things that aren't going to get any cheaper, Things really aren't, just the way that it looks like this world is going. But they have a couple more things, so we'll just read this and then go on to the next. It says, pending home sales stall in September. Contract signings flattened. The National Association of Realtors, or NAR, reported that pending home sales were flat month over month in September, missing economists' forecast for an increase. So basically, people are not buying homes as much as, I guess, economists expected to. Yeah. It's kind of like stalled. It's stalled right now. Like, if there were only 1 million home sales and they were expecting 2 million in the month of October or September or whatever, it's basically the same. Nobody's going out to get homes at a bigger rate right now.
Right.
Then we got regional split. Performance was split, with pending sales rising in the Northeast and South, but declining in the Midwest and West. So in the Northeast, where we are right now, in the tri-state specifically, apparently sales in homes have been rising, and in the South as well, but declining in the Midwest and West. And I would say the West is expensive as shit. Just like, but the what's it called? The Northeast is expensive as well. Maybe depending in certain areas, but I think the West is probably, maybe besides New York, maybe a little bit more expensive, depending on. Yeah, I would say maybe teeters over a little more expensive. So I can guess that. So yeah, I guess that makes sense. And nobody really lives out in the Midwest. I think that's the least populated area in America, or North America. Buyer hesitation. Analysts suggest that concerns about the job market are weighing on buyer confidence and keeping some on the sidelines, despite the recent drop in mortgage rates. Yeah. we'll get into job market a little bit later, guys, but we already kind of touched on that with the job market being scary for a lot of people just holding on to their jobs right now. And, just kind of just being like, hey, if it's not certain, I'm sticking where I'm at, even if it doesn't, make me the most happy or satisfied. This job market is very scary, but we'll get into that later.
Yeah.
And then we have, excuse me, overall weakness. Contracts have not yet returned to a level consistent with a healthy housing market. So, yeah, you have any thoughts on that? I don't really understand what they're saying with that one.
Contracts have not yet returned to a level consistent with healthy housing markets.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming like how contracts like overall weakness. Contracts have not yet returned to a level. So I'm assuming what we're used to seeing within certain contracts.
Mm-hmm. Like certain deals or something?
Yeah, certain deals. I will be right back, chat. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, no problem. So yeah, I think it's kind of like deals, guys, to be honest with you. Probably not as much negotiation within the deals. That's what I'm assuming. And then, hold up, guys. So yeah, let's keep it pushing. Still got a couple more that Google provides. So then we have builder incent. No, did we do that? Yeah, and slower market pace. Yeah, so let's go right here. The housing inventory continues to climb. Improved supply. Inventory has continued to recover from pandemic era lows, reaching a 5-year high, according to NAR, which is National Association of Realtors. This offers buyers more choice and negotiation leverage. So there is more housing inventory on the market, so it's giving buyers more options, and you can leverage your negotiation power because there is a lot on the market. Even though it just said contracts have not yet returned to a level consistent with healthy housing market. So while the housing market isn't that healthy, probably because of affordability in the job market, you can still negotiate, and it's a good time to negotiate if you're in a good position to buy because of the choices that you have probably. Regional variation. Inventory has rebounded most significantly in the South and West, where supply has returned to pre-pandemic levels. By contrast, the Midwest and Northeast continue to face tighter inventory conditions. Yeah, I would agree with that, and I can understand that. Especially because in the South and West, a lot of people are moving out of the West specifically and moving kind of more towards the South. So, and that's just from what I've read and what I've heard on social media. That a lot of people are moving out west because of fires and the cost of living and politics and all that stuff. It's getting very crowded, and a lot of people are starting to move down south to like Florida, Texas, Virginia, North Carolina, Atlanta, things of that nature. So yeah, definitely. And so you need more inventory to cover that. So it makes sense. And the Midwest and Northeast, yeah, Midwest doesn't get as much love. It's never really gotten much love. That's the least populated area in North America. In Northeast, is definitely tight inventory just because there's already millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of people in the Northeast, and it's hard to build on top of such tight spaces. So I can definitely understand that. Then we have slower market pace. Homes are lingering on the market longer, allowing buyers more time to consider their options and negotiate with sellers. So yeah, I mean, it's kind of all looping in, guys, to be honest with you. Because it's a slower market pace, people aren't going to the market as much. Especially in certain areas, you can negotiate with the sellers a little bit. With the sellers, excuse me. but it sells a little bit longer. Builder incentive, new drive home sales, flipping the gap. Home builders continue to address the housing supply shortage and draw in buyers who are hesitant to give up their low mortgage rates on existing homes. Yeah, that makes sense. Why give up your home that has a low mortgage rate from 15 years ago, and try to be out here on this new market when everything's more expensive? Makes a bunch of sense. Motivated sellers incentives such as rate buy downs, closing cost assistance, and new price reductions are being widely offered by builders to boost sales. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of builders out here who are given considerable offers right now. So yeah, I can definitely see that, because there's always going to be those who are going to try to be like a wholesaler. There's always going to be somebody out there to try to buy your home, build something new on top of it, for their goals and their ideas. So what it means, I think this is overall, and that they're wrapping it all in for what it means for buyers and sellers. A quote unquote golden opportunity for buyers with falling rates, more inventory, and cooling competition. October is being called one of the most buyer friendly months in nearly a decade. I can definitely put that in the chat. Actually, I want to know your thoughts on what you think overall about the market. I would definitely want to hear y'all opinion. But I think from what I've heard, I think that is definitely a golden opportunity. I don't know about that. I think things need to go a little bit lower for the average American, but it's definitely a better opportunity than what we've seen. Favorable conditions to act for buyers who are financially prepared. Current conditions offer a better environment than recent frenzy, with more options and room to negotiate. So definitely, and like I said, for buyers who are financially prepared, right? They're not talking about the average person. The average person has less than 10K in their account, and it might not be you. And if it is you, then you're probably in the same sets of most people. But for buyers who are prepared, this is probably a better opportunity to buy a home.
Yes, sir.
So,
sorry.
Are you back?
Yeah, I had a circuit breaker that went out.
Oh dang! Yeah, gotta hang your scandal.
Yes, sir.
All right, guys, and then we have two more, which are excuse me. Sellers need realistic pricing. With competition increasing, sellers need to be realistic about pricing. Price reductions are becoming more common for listings that sit on the market. So, Charles, what's your opinion on the second to last bullet point? Because I don't know how to really read that properly and I guess digest that.
Well, with competition increases, so with the amount of people that are willing to sell, sellers need to be realistic about pricing. Are becoming more common for listings that sit on the market. So the longer it sits, the more it the more money it comes off. I had something pop up on my timeline yesterday from Zillow, and it was a home from Virginia Beach. I don't know why I had that area code in there, but it was just. It said that it was like dropped by $25,000.
Wow. Yeah, guys, it's this bullet point is hitting it right on that mark right there. You sit longer in the market, that means it's not as desirable. Might lose some value. And last but not least, its best time for buyers may be passing. While mid-October was widely noted as a peak buying week, the window for ideal conditions may be closing in some markets as the buyer season winds down. So, guys, that is basically saying if you are interested in possibly getting into the real estate, maybe buying a property, whether that's buying a duplex, triplex, quadplex, or just buying your home for yourself or a family, then now might be the time. So if you are interested, maybe act now and hit up a realtor. Guys, once again, drop something in the comment section. Let us know what you think about the real estate market and just what your boys just went over. That's just a little snippet about what AI has seen in the market for the week of 10/29/2025 and what they summarize from all this stuff that you see online. So yeah. What you got anything to say about what we just read, Charles? What you think about the real estate market currently?
Doing much better than we previously thought.
Yeah.
Something we definitely want to be in. Unfortunately, we can't be. We're just only hoping that trends tend to, trend upwards, once we are able to get our feet put into the market itself. But guys, I've actually had some news just come up. My boss just kind of called me. Our grade books are closing, and then something's happening with some of my grade books. I actually have to go handle that. Yeah.
Duty calls.
Yes. So, guys, I will be back Monday for the anime portion. I will be leading that portion. I thank my brother again for holding it down. Sorry about this. Life of a teacher. Grade books close at 12. I got to handle
better than
this.
me.
Yeah. So, guys, I will. I'll be back. I will see y'all soon.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you
We will
stopping
talk.
by.
No problem.
Yes, sir,
We will talk, Polo.
Of course. All right, guys. Well, as you can see, my brother's exiting, but we will continue and we will press forward. All right. We don't have that much more topics to go over. So, okay. So, we will then just continue. Oh, let me get rid of that. We're going to remove that from the scene. From the scene. We're going to move that from the scene and keep it going. Okay. So once again, drop something in the chat, guys. Let us know that you're here. It's always appreciated from your boys. Okay, it is always appreciated. Ooh, that's one that y'all. Okay, and we just gonna and we're gonna keep it going, guys. That's all I can say is that we're gonna keep it freaking going. All right. So one of the next topics that I wanted to definitely talk about is because I'm seeing it so much recently. I'm a northeastern boy, then tri-state area boy, and I've been seeing it on my feed so much. So I want to give y'all a glimpse, if you haven't already seen it, of the new JP Morgan building. We're gonna watch a video on it and just get a reaction. So let's do that.
Katie, you're there in the new shot.
Okay, I already know y'all heard a little bit.
Katie, you're there.
And it does it again, but that's all good. Because we live, baby. Okay, let's keep it going, shall we? Oh, why isn't it? There we go. I'm saying, hold up. Where am I at? There we go. I'm saying, hey guys, this is real raw and authentic right here. I'm doing everything from scratch. I'm learning my damn self. You feel me? So appreciate y'all for sticking with your boy. But we get into it. Once again, there's the new JP Morgan building that just recently opened up in New York City. It's been built. It's been there, right? Because it's a huge building. So it's been there for a minute now, but it's officially opened up. So we're going to get a real raw news feed right now about the building, guys. So let's watch it together, shall we?
In the new shiny buildings, what do they look like? And we assume, hopefully, no cockroaches to be found.
It is big. It is grand. I have not seen any cockroaches. I will say it's a little loud. We just heard from JP Morgan CEO Jamie Dimon wrapping up, and he opened his speech with a reflection. You think about the office building that did stand here at 270 Park. JP Morgan actually demolished that building to build this one. That was the largest U.S. building to ever voluntarily be demolished. Now we stand in the lobby of 270 Park, just opening a construction project that actually finished on time, which is a feat in and of itself. But all
That's the
told, this
CEO
will
right there.
house
That's what's up.
about 10,000 JP Morgan employees. It will have 60 stories, and it will also have a pub on the 13th floor that is called Morgan's. And it comes at a really interesting moment for New York City. We also heard, of course, from New York Governor Kathy Hochul, but we're just weeks away, of course, from the city's mayoral election. And here comes JP Morgan with this renewed commitment to New York City.
How much of this is also a commitment and maybe even a call and a demand that you need to get into the office, Katie? If it has a gym, if it has a pub, if it has restaurants, it seems like you could live your life in the new JP Morgan headquarters.
And I don't think Jamie Dimon would necessarily be opposed to that. I will say that this
I
building,
mean, it really, with comments like that, guys, it really just depends to me because I've worked remote before, and if a place has, if a place has such nice stuff such as that, then I might want to go in maybe once or twice a week, But for those that work remote or have worked remote, that the comforts on working from your home is unbeatable, guys. And a lot of people say, well, I like people interaction. Some people are more extroverted than others, right? Some people are more extroverted than others, and I'm not hating on that. I'm really not, right? Some people want to separate work from home. I get that. I personally am a little bit more introverted than others, so I don't mind waking up, making my breakfast, having my coffee, sitting down and getting stuff done from the comforts of my own home. Because I know when to turn it on and turn it off, right? Like you can turn business mode on and you can turn business mode off as soon as you close your laptop. So I don't know. Like maybe I would want to have like a hybrid setting if I lived in New York and if I had a nice building like this. Maybe. I don't know. What do you guys think?
6 years to build, $4 billion. And we know that JP Morgan moved back to being 5 days a week in the office earlier this year. So
yeah, so 5 days in the office for JP Morgan. I mean, they're probably getting paid buku money in New York type of salary, in a building like that. They're probably making great money. So I mean, especially if it's close to you, then why not? So I just know for me, I would want to work from home. But if they pay me the right amount of money, I'm going in, of course. Yeah, I ain't gonna deny a great salary.
the marching orders are clear here, and you think about the really commitment to this block. It's not just 270 Park, JP Morgan. Its temporary quarters has been in 383 Madison, which is actually right across the street. Now they plan to spend $1 billion renovating that building as well. That will open in 2027. So 5 days a week in the office. And you think about the corporate workers that JP Morgan has in New York City, more than 17,000 corporate workers,
Sheesh.
all in the office 5 days a week.
17,000. 17,000. They're employing 17,000 workers, guys. That's crazy. Isn't that? Like, that's crazy to me. 1 second, guys. I know it's... I appreciate y'all. But I just didn't want it to be too annoying. But yeah, guys, like 17,000, that's crazy amount of people that they have. And to all be in office and to fit in that office is another thing too. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what not being said as well, is that they can fit 17,000 plus people in one headquarters. It's a lot of people, guys. That is a lot of people. Drop a comment in the comment section what you guys think about JP Morgan and their new building. I actually hold up. I'm actually going to do this because a lot of people are complaining about how it looks. It's not showing. Hey, where is it? We don't have one. Well, maybe, hold on, let me just go to Google then if they don't have it. I'm not about to sit here and just keep scrolling. It's a waste of my time. Yeah, I'm actually going to show this. Guys, give me your thoughts on what do you think, how this looks. How do you guys think this looks right here? Is that a W design or no? To me, that's kind of that. To me, that doesn't look bad. I'm seeing, and shout out to Jersey being right next door. Shout out to Jersey. But I think that's a W design, guys. I really think that's a W design, for real. Let me know in the chat what you guys think. I like the design. I'm seeing a lot of people talk smack. I'm sitting there like, why are you talking smack? It legit looks nice to me. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, it legit looks nice. Why is it getting hate right now? You know what I'm saying? I never understood the hate that it's getting, and especially, and we see that, right? This is the bottom. And the bottom, yeah, it ain't the prettiest. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, it ain't the prettiest, but it ain't the ugliest. You know, it's just weird how such a square building goes on this kind of stand. I think this is a better representation right here. This is the same thing, but it's a little weird, but it's not that bad, guys. It's really not that bad. And now let's see. Actually, I'm going to zoom out. And now we're going to look at the night view. Is that no? That's not. Like, come on now, that's the American flag. Like it's not that bad, guys. Is that W or L? Put in the chat. Let me know. This is a video, so I'm not going to click that. And that's it. And it's right next to the Empire State Building too. Look, the American flag. I think that's tough. Come on now. Said it's ruining it. How's it ruining it, bro? To me, it's about time New York got new skyscrapers. New York has had the same skyscrapers for how long? Even it's had the same skyscrapers since 9/11. It's time that it gets some upgraded skyscrapers. Like, what's with all the hate? You know, they can be versatile with it too. Like, come on now. To me, that looks good. I don't know. I will never understand the hate. Like, look, it's one of the tallest buildings, Empire State. And I think this is Billionaires Row, right here, and then you have J.P. Morgan. Look, ain't no other tall ass but ones, at least around here. You know, it needs it. Look, saying it's ruining it. It makes it better to me. It literally makes it better. I don't know. Let me know in the chat, guys, what you think. I personally like it. I personally like it. All right. But last but not least, we're gonna go over one more topic, guys. We're gonna go over one more topic. Stick around with your boy, and we're gonna get right to it. We're gonna get right to it. We're gonna get ready. Actually, I don't need to do that. I can do this.
Imagine.
All right, guys. And if you've enjoyed this live stream, guys, definitely let us know in the chat. It would be much appreciated. It would be much appreciated. Or if you guys need anything to be spiced up or seasoned or just anything that needs to improve or anything different, guys, just let us know. You know, we're new content creators trying to learn the ropes of this shit. So, you know, just let your boys know. We would definitely appreciate it. I'm never gonna not take some criticism, especially if you guys consume, you know, content or some content from some certain people that you enjoy seeing. Definitely give us a tip or trick.
Being able to build anything. Just
I'm gonna mute that because it's an ad and it's annoying as shit.
A complete AI.
Got breaking news this morning. Massive job cuts at Amazon. Overnight, the company announced that it'll eliminate approximately 14,000 roles. This is the largest corporate layoff of the year, one of the largest in Amazon's history. NBC senior business correspondent Christine Romans joins us now. Christine, this may be preview of coming attractions. The AI boom is real, and it's meaning a lot of jobs are going away.
It really is, and this is 14,000 at Amazon, and people will start to get that notice here today. The company says it needs to be lean and remain more nimble in this age of generative AI. They want to operate like the world's largest startup. They say, and they call AI the most transformative technology since the internet. They want to reduce layers. They want to be able to move quickly to harness this so that they can make more money and serve their customers. So I think you're seeing this in a lot of different businesses as well. We have seen layoffs recently from Microsoft, Meta, Google, Salesforce, Intel, Target last week announced some layoffs at its corporate office, sometimes for different reasons, but we know that companies are moving very, very quickly to try to harness this. It's so interesting. You've got the stock market at record highs, in part because of all of this spending and enthusiasm over artificial intelligence. At the same time, that same technology is being used in these companies to become more lean.
And interesting, Amazon explicitly said, yes, this is because of AI in that statement they put out this morning. So you touched on it a bit, but bigger picture now, AI appears to be reshaping the economy, or at least the jobs market.
And it seems though we're in the very early innings of it. The Treasury Secretary a couple weeks ago said he calls this the third inning, which means there's a lot more to go here as companies learn how to use
because AI is just going to get better.
And as these tools change, in some cases, they haven't even been created yet, the tools that some of these companies are already starting to reposition for. So it's quite interesting, the ground that is changing here. And you know, when you look at what Amazon is saying, it talks about next year into 2026, it will be hiring in some places, but it will be looking into 2026 for ways that it can continue to operate like the world's largest startup.
Early innings, but we had an 18-inning baseball game last night.
Right.
So
that's right.
We shall see. Thank you, Christine.
Thanks, Christine.
Hey, thanks for watching. Don't forget, you can catch the...
Yeah, guys, what do you guys think about that? Me personally, Jeff Bezos, I understand it. I understand maybe behind Jeff Bezos, he's like, hey, a lot of startups are using AI. Why can't I use AI? But at the same time, it's like, yo, fuck Jeff Bezos, yo. Because like, yo, that's 14,000 people that now just lost their job. And in a career path they probably saw for themselves. They're like, yo, like Amazon's a good business, right? It's probably not going anywhere. I could probably put 20 years in here, make my little pension or 401k and get up out of here. Now, one of them, if not many of them, are probably losing their job because of it. You know, now in that regard, it's like, yo, fuck Jeff Bezos. And in the other instance, it's like, I get it. This is the world that we're going to. We're going to be in AI. Apparently, there's going to be a thing about freaking robots in the house doing chores. I think I just read something about that today. That's a day ago. That's a personal review. But I literally just saw something on this. Like, this AI shit is really about to take over, guys. Like, you guys have to learn like valuable skills, yo. If you don't learn valuable skills, you're gonna lose, bro. And that includes me too.
Stuff a human can as possible in the physical world. We think of a lot of ourselves as like trying to give. This is kind of a creepy, but like trying to give AI body. How do we ultimately send robots out to the world to do everything from work in the commercial market, and then ultimately we'll put a robot in every home in the world. Laundry, dishes, clean up the house, basically everything that a human can do in the physical world over time, we'd like a human to do.
In late September, Time's cover shoot was a domestic affair with a humanoid robot called the Figure 3. It's the latest creation of Figure AI, a California-based startup backed by more than $1 billion in funding, which is building towards a future where humanoid robots make human labor a thing of the past. Time witnessed the Figure 3 load a dishwasher, clear clutter, and fold clothes. But even in this tightly controlled environment, the robot often struggled. The dream of general robotics, it seems, is still a long way from becoming a reality.
So there were occasions where I was watching the robot folding towels and loading a washer. And it's kind of clear that it can kind of do those things pretty well. But there were times when one of the towels dropped out of the washer and it was unable to pick it up. So like, how do you get from there to your vision of general robotic overlord that can do anything?
This shit is scary, guys. I'm not gonna lie. I'm just looking at this kind of nervous.
The short answer is we feel like data fixes
I wouldn't trust these guys, bro.
In almost all the demonstrations we do, where even in the early stages, we would say towel folding or like the logistics use case, it just like wasn't that great. It made a bunch of mistakes. As we add more data, it got like faster. It made less mistakes. Still had some mistakes there, and all that is sort of like asymptotically, like basically approaching zero. It's like getting close to human levels in terms of like we can run them for like hours and hours, and it just like performs really well.
Large language models, like ChatGPT, prove that if you scale up the amount of data and computing power used to train a neural network, it would gain surprising new capabilities across the board. Figure is one of a group of companies attempting to apply that insight to robotics. The company is spending big to collect video data of humans performing tasks, like folding clothes and cleaning homes, in a bid to teach robots to do the same thing. The big question is, will it work? The company says early experiments have already yielded promising results. Some of the last generation of robot, the Figure 2, are already working in a BMW factory in South Carolina, moving parts that ultimately make it into the BMW X3.
One of our core focuses in the roadmap here is that how do we ship robots basically into every consumer home in the world. We want to do what we do all day in the home, and just like things I hate. Like I don't want to do laundry, I don't want to do dishes, I don't want to clean the house. And we haven't really had any like large breakthroughs in the home in terms of automation for decades. So our view is that the robot will not only act as like your companion in your home.
Well, some shit isn't needed though. Like I don't need no fucking robot, bro.
Basically just with speech.
Like I really believe our robot is gonna happen, bro.
But upon its launch this October, the Figure 3 won't be ready for your home. Not only is the robot not yet useful enough to be an Android butler, but Figure says it also has many unsolved safety challenges. Large language models are notorious for sometimes going off the rails, and that controllability problem will extend to the systems that power humanoid robots too. There's also the problem of ensuring that the robot doesn't fall over, cause property damage, or injure its human cohabitants.
Getting the robot to be extremely safe in the home long term is a really hard problem. I would say now we're tracking like almost like 15 different areas for safety. There's like a physical safety thing of like the system safety engineering needs to be done really well. There's like cybersecurity that we need to do really well. How do we do encryption at scale? We have a safety lead here that previously worked on basically mobile robotics. We have a cybersecurity lead that came from like one of the top groups in cybersecurity here in the US. They each have teams, and we're basically trying to spend basically a large focus on trying to figure out how do we enter first, which will be U.S. homes, and then global, and in a safe way, and do high performance work.
If there's even a small chance that this audacious company can succeed in its goal, the implications would be world-changing. With the global population expected to peak this century before heading into decline, the arrival of robots might allow the world economy to continue growing, even as human labor becomes less abundant. Thanks to robots, the cost of goods and services might plummet, potentially enabling an increased quality of life for all. But liberating humans from work would also mean liberating them from their paychecks. Robots would do the same for manual labor as cloud-based AI threatens to do for office work.
And this is exactly why, with all this that we talked about, me and my brother before he got off, we were talking about job concerns, or in the job market. One is because of AI, which we just watched, and they already talked about multiple jobs in the future leading to layoff human workers because AI is going to be able to do this shit, guys. And now with this, they just mentioned AI robots are going to maybe make a more quality of life because we won't have to do some manual jobs. But now we're going to be searching for a different paycheck, right? Some people who don't have skills or don't want to learn skills are going to be asked out of opportunities because AI. So it's scary, like there has to be some type of way that humans can get paid, bro. And if robots are just going to keep taking these jobs, what's to happen? That's the scary part, bro. But that's exactly what we was talking about.
A joblessness crisis that Adcock says should be addressed with some form of universal basic income. At the same time, though, this billionaire entrepreneur is already calculating how to win control of what he expects to be a $40 trillion industry, and one that tends towards monopoly.
You're making like a synthetic human. That's like really cheap. It works like 7 days a week, like 20 to 24 hours a day, and like just wants to keep working and learning. How many cheap humans, synthetic humans, could you sell in the world to do stuff? I mean, I think billions in the workforce for sure. I think every human would want one, so you have like close to 10 billion there. I do feel that there'll be a point, probably in the Bay Area first, where you walk out and you see more humanoids than humans. Yeah, it's gonna be here, right? And that'll feel crazy. I look at this like, I grew up reading a bunch of crazy sci-fi and dreaming of this, but I think it'll be amazing to have like humanoids out and about and you talk to like a human.
Hell no.
Basically do things for you.
Hell no, fuck that. Fuck them.
Maybe anybody else. So
you crazy, bro.
We're not designing
crazy, bro.
To like harm humans or weaponize things like this. We're designing it to do really useful work for humanity.
Nah, bro. I'm not jacking that, guys. Like I'm really not going for that. I'm really not going for that, guys. Like honestly. Like fuck that, bro. I do not want to see fucking a bunch of humanoid robots just up in this bitch, taking all our jobs, fucking walking about, talking to me. No, I don't want to talk to your ass. Get the fuck away from me. Nah, you scaring me. Real shit, you scaring me. I'm a grown ass man. I'm saying this. You scaring me, motherfucker. No, I don't want to talk to a robot, yo. I don't want to talk to a fucking robot. Get out my face, yo. Nah, man, this shit's scary, bro. Some of this shit's scary. Now, universal basic income, if that universal basic income can cover all my expenses, cover my fucking bills, cover my debt, allow me to travel, cool. But there has to be a ceiling to robots, guys. And I know I'm not crazy. There has to be a ceiling to these robots. They cannot get too intelligent. If they get too intelligent, now all of a sudden robots are going to start having rights. And robots are going to start having rights. Now they're going to be considered to be alive and shit like that. It's like, now iRobot, here we go again. Here we go. The movie is the prophecy of it all. And now robots are going to take over, kill fucking us. Like, I truly believe it can go that way. And that's why he said there's a bunch of security that has to happen in order for it not to happen. But at some point, these robots are going to get smart as shit in order to bypass all of it. I'm convinced, guys. I'm convinced that shit can happen. I'm not trying to see that happen. Fuck no, I'm not trying to see that happen. Nah, bro. Robots can kick my ass. We can have a universal basic income if they kick us all to the curb in terms of the job market, but they can't get too smart. If they get too smart, then we're cooked. We're cooked, guys. Like, really. they're going to get too smart and they're going to bypass all the security that the humans set in place. And now, next thing you know, they have human rights. They want to be treated like equals. And now they're like, hold up, I'm smarter than you because I can access the internet with unlimited resource by the tip of my thought, right? Instead of having to look it up, I literally just compute something in my in my head type shit. And now, now they're like, well, why do I need you? Right? Now they're like, well, why do I need you? And that's the scary part of it all. So I'm not jacking it. I'm really not. Guys, let me know what you think in the chat. Let me know what you think in the chat, guys. Cause it is spooky, this type of shit, guys. Not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie to you. What is all this? What the fuck? I don't know what the fuck. What I just clicked. I don't even know. Yeah, guys, let me know what you think in the chat. Guys. Let us know. Let me know what you think about all this shit. It's real, guys. This is really happening, and that's the scary part of it all is that it's actually happening. Definitely let us know in the chat, guys. That is the business portion of Business Talks at Anime Walks, guys. If you guys don't have anything else to talk about, appreciate you for stopping by. We will be live, guys. We will be live every Monday and Wednesday, guys. Every Monday and Wednesday, we are set to be live. We are set to be live every Monday and Wednesday. Let me go back to the previous one. Okay, get rid of that, and then we're gonna do that. Okay, guys. Thank you so much for stopping by, guys. It means a lot to me and Charles. Two new creators, guys. It means a lot. Trust and believe when I say that it means a lot, guys. That you guys are sticking around. You guys are checking out the content. You're checking your boys out. And if you like the content, guys, sub up. Like this content, follow us, guys, because we're going to be posting on a consistent basis. We have been consistent. This shit don't happen overnight. We know that because to get to where we are, and we're not sitting here rich or shit like that, but to get to where we are already, you see me in my work clothes. I'm still in my work clothes. Just got right off of work and got back to work for y'all. Because this is what we want to do is Business Talks Anime Walks, and it's going to be a lifestyle for us. So we thank you guys for pulling up. And just getting active with us. If you have any ideas in mind that you would like to see on Anime Walks portion that is Monday, let us know. Hit us up. You can always reach out to us on our TikTok page, YouTube. You can drop something in the comment section. You can hit us up on Discord as well. And you can also go to Reddit. We have a Reddit page as well. So definitely let us know. Or if you have any topics, or if you want to talk to us, we'll be more than happy to pull you into the stream and have a conversation, whether that's business or anime. Like I said, certain topics we're not going for. We're not doing the politics and shit like that, guys. So keep it, apolitical on all that type of shit. But if you have anything to say for anime business or anything other than that, let us know. Drop it. Hit that sub. Hit that follow. Definitely let your boys know. And we're gonna keep posting, guys. Guys, we've been consistent for we're going on about 4 weeks now. It's about next week will be a total of a month that we've been consistent, guys. And we want to be even more consistent to drop more fire for y'all. And if you guys want to see that, hit that follow, hit that sub, guys. And we will see you. This is your boy Colin. Thank you so much for tuning in. We will be back next Monday and Wednesday for more topics and a lot more heat, guys. Take it easy. It's been real. It's your boy Colin, and we will see you later. Business Talks Anime Walks, signing out. Deuces, guys.